Hello, isang magandang araw po sa ating lahat. A blessed day and welcome again to Good Vibes, no? At mayroon na naman tayong isang napakagandang pag-uusapan at kasama po natin ngayon, of course, ang ating suki na, no? Si Doc Joyce Piap Go. Hello, Doc. Welcome to Good Vibes.
Hello, Jerry. Hello din sa lahat ng listeners natin and viewers.
Yes. We would like to thank our viewers, no, for patronizing and for really supporting our program. Kaya naman ngayong araw na ito, Doc Joyce, last time nung magkasama tayo, pinag-usapan natin, di ba, parenting styles, di ba? So naisip natin na, of course, parang magandang follow-up since parenting involves children, di ba? Yung mga anak natin. So alamin naman natin, Ma'am Joyce, ano po ba yung pagkakaiba ngayon ng mga Gen Zs, no? Tsaka yung lalo na yung bagong generation, itong tinatawag nilang Generation Alpha, di ba? So my first question sa iyo, Doc Joyce, can you tell us in as far as yung siguro yung ano tawag doon, yung age range, no? Ano ba yung sama na natin yung millennials, no? Tapos yung Gen Z, tapos yung Generation Alpha. Anong age bracket ba for you to be classified as millennial, Gen Z, or Generation Alpha?
Okay, that's a very good question, no, Jerry? First, I will identify muna and define ano ba yung mga generation, no? Ang ibig sabihin kasi ng generation, it's a group of people born within a certain period of time. And tapos itong group of people, they share the same age and experiences during that period. For example, yung mga pinanganak sa EDSA, meron sila isang klaseng trait, no? Dahil mga EDSA revolution teenager sila. And ngayon naman, mga bata ngayon, nagkaroon sila ng pandemya, no? Nag-online Zooming sila. So magkakaroon din sila ng panibagong experience. So it's usually the experience on that generation that will define them. So merong mga iba-ibang mga generation description, no? Wala masyado isang exact name at saka number of years, but this is what I follow, no? So born before 1949, ito ang mga tawag natin mga traditionalist. Ito mga tao ay retired na. And then we have the 1946 to 1964. Ito naman ay mga baby boomers. Ito naman magre-retire na sa mga trabaho, no? Then we have the 1965 to 1980. I'm proud to say I belong to this generation. Ito ang mga tawag na Generation X. And usually in this group, sila yun na yung nasa leadership ngayon globally. Then we have the famous millennials, 1981 hanggang 1996. Ito na ang pinaka-largest generation na nasa trabaho ngayon. And then we have the Generation Z, which is 1997 to 2009. Ito ay papasok pa lang sa workforce, no? And then we have those who are still in school, which is 2010 to 2024. Ito na yung tinatawag natin na Generation Alpha. So, yun ang mga generations na pinag-usapan at na-identify na. Sa sunod, meron naman yan Generation Beta. But that belongs to the future pa after 2024.
Yes. Pero alam mo, napakaganda nung binanggit mo, Ma'am Doc Joyce, no? Kasi a couple of years back, yung mga Gen Z, parang sila yung parang talagang kumagasanan uso or sila yung talagang nagdo-dominate, no? Pero after a couple of years, biglang lumabas na yung Generation Alpha, no? Ang bilis magpalit. So I would like to, at maganda yung binanggit mo na you belong to Generation X ba? Sabi mo, no? Generation. Yes. Pareho tayo. Kailangan ko lang nabanggit yun. Just to make it clear, pareho kami Generation X ni Doc Joyce. Okay. How I wish na sa millennial, pero I cannot lie. Okay. Pero ito, Doc Joyce, no? Gusto ko itanong, after defining or at least making it clear, no, itong mga iba-ibang generation, can you tell us, or let us focus on Gen Z and the Generation Alpha, no? Ano po ba yung parang kanilang characteristics or traits? Yan.
Okay. Now, bilang magulang, dapat malalaman natin na itong Generation Z, they were born with a knack for technology from the womb. Kumbaga pa, nasa tiyan pa lang sila, no? teknolohiya na talaga. So in other words, we cannot tell them, do not go online anymore. Huwag ka na mag-go online. Because they don't go online anymore. They live online na. Somehow, itong mga smartphones nila are the new windows, Ito na yung pananaw nila sa mundo nila. At kung tatanggalin mo itong mga, ang mga gadget sa kanila, ay nako, they have already identified na ang teknolohiya ay kasing importante ng air that they breathe and the water that they drink. So ganun nakahalaga sa kanila ang mga ang teknolohiya, So in other words, ano ba ang mga descriptions o mga katangian ng mga kabataan ngayon na mga Gen Z, We can identify a few, Number one is that they are very, very private, In other words, ayaw nila na makialam kayo, ayaw nila na mag-stalk tayo sa kanila, ayaw nila na minomonitor natin sila. At sasabihin ko sa inyo mga magulang, gaano nyo pa man sila imomonitor, wala kayong masyadong makikita. Dahil yung mga ayaw nila na makita natin, wala na po dyan. Ang tinatawag nila ay meron na silang tawag na app. Ang app na mga private are what we call Snapchat or what we call Whisper. At kung hagilapin ninyo ang itong Snapchat, ang caricature niya ay isang ghost. Ang ibig sabihin every time that they chat something, tapos nabasa na ng kabila, mawawala na yan sila. So papansin nyo rin na ang mga kabataan, according to research, 13 years old to 17 years old, young people have already left Facebook. Bakit na sila umalis sa Facebook? Kasi tayo mga magulang, nasa Facebook. Ayaw na nila natin makita ang mga aktibidad nila. So wala na sila doon. So that's the number one thing. They want to be very, very private. Number two is that they are very entrepreneurial. Akala natin na hindi sila business-minded people. Pero sasabihin ko sa inyo, if you think millennials are very business-minded, more so with the Gen Z. According to research nga daw, 72% of the current high school students are already starting a business of their own. Bakit ba naman hindi sila magsisimula ng business ng sarili nila? Meron na nga silang sariling newspaper at meron na rin silang sariling TV show. Sa TikTok, TV show na yan. Pag nagpa-plug in sila ng mga Facebook post nila or Instagram, para na yan silang mga newspaper. So in other words, they are already very business-minded people. So feel free to talk to them about business things, Another characteristic of them is multitasker na sila. They do multitasking. In fact, sometimes they work with 2 gadgets, 3 gadgets, 4 gadgets. According to research, they work with 5 gadgets, In fact, sabi nga ng isang author, nakakatawa, Jerry, sabi niya, did you know that there are more smartphones than toothbrush? Tanungin mo ang sarili mo, ilang toothbrush meron mo? Sasabihin mo, 1. Tanungin mo sarili mo, ilan ang cellphone mo? 2, 3, may iPad ka pa, may laptop ka pa. So you can see, technology is really fast rising. At hindi talaga natin mapipigilan itong mga kabataan nito. And so they are into multitasking. But is multitasking very good? According to research, hindi masyado. But that's what the kids are doing. Hindi lang isa, kaya meron tayong Instagram, Facebook, Viber, WhatsApp, Telegram, maraming platforms na.
Right.
Another katangian naman for this Gen Z is that they are hyper-aware or intelligent. In other words, marami silang alam. Bakit sila maraming alam? Dahil nagbabasa sila, dahil marami silang nakikita, at dahil, their friends are into many things, kaya marami din silang alam. Alam niyo ba, Jerry, merong isang kabataan, si Logan ang pangalan niya, he's only, I think, around 13 or 14 years old. Inimbita siya ng TED Talk. We all know that TED Talk is a non-profit devoted to spreading ideas. No? Alam mo ba yung talk niya? It's 18 minutes and less. There were 5 million views. Sikat na sikat siya. Alam mo ba anong advocacy niya? DIY education. In other words, do it yourself education. Usong-uso na rin ito, and I have a counselee, sabi niya na hindi daw siya naiintindihan ng mga ibang kabataan or even mga magulang, bakit yung kurso niya, pinipili lang niya. So pinipili lang niya yung mga kurso na gusto niya, na kailangan niya sa profession niya, at creating his own curriculum. So itong si Logan, no, makikita mo siya sa TED Talk, 5 million views and it's still counting. No? Aside from that, not to mention, definitely they are tech-savvy people. No? They put technology, again, as I have said, they put technology as the same category as air and water, and they cannot imagine living without it. So ito lang naman mga konting katangian according to Team Elmore when it comes to the Gen Z. And of course, they are already considered Zoomers, which means to say they are very good at zooming here and there. So now they have a nickname called they are Zoomers. In class, they are also Zoomers. Yan.
Well, I agree with you, Doc Joyce, no, sa mga binanggit mong qualities and or characteristics, and to just to share with you, no, yung my youngest, no, ano siya, I would say Gen Z pa siya, no. Nung nag-aaral siya, pumasok ako sa room niya, then nagulat ako, nakahiga siya, no, yung laptop niya nakabukas, yung iPad niya nakabukas, yung tablet, tapos meron pa siyang phone, tapos naka ano yung earphone, no. So, tinanggal niya. Sabi niya, yes, Dad. Sabi sa akin gano'n. Siyempre, tinatanong niya, ba't ako nandun? Sabi ko, ano ginagawa mo? Nag-aaral. Nag-aaral ka? Tapos meron kang music? Sabi ko gano'n. Yeah. So kasi di ba, unheard of yun sa atin, doctors, nag-aaral tayo. Pag-aral, talagang aral, no? So sabi ko, bakit meron kang computer? Dito ako nagta-type ng report. Sabi niya, bakit meron kang tablet? Minsan, tinitignan ko yung Facebook, di ba? Anong update? Yung phone mo, ayun yung music. So sabi ko, okay, tumahimik lang akong gano'n. Ano. Then after how many weeks or months, lumabas yung grade, Ma'am Doc Joyce, lister siya. Okay? Hindi ko pinagmamalaki yung achievement ng anak ko, pero ang sinasabi ko lang, nagulat ako kasi I cannot argue with success. Kasi para sa akin, ano yan mga, kumaga sa ano yung mga, ano tawag doon, yung parang nakaka-distraction. Di ba? Sa atin, music. Sa kanila, parang hindi No?
Correct.
Parang paano nangyari yon na ang daming nandyan sa harap na gadget mo tapos lister ka? I mean, hindi ko magets yun. Can you explain to me, Doc Joyce, kung ano ba yung paradigm na yun? Bakit ganun?
Unlike us, no, we are focused on one particular thing. Tapusin muna natin before we move on to another thing, no? But somehow their mind is multitasking. Probably it's also influenced by media, no? If you notice itong media natin or itong internet natin, there's a lot of movement going on, no? Nagbabasa tayo dito, may magpa-pop up na nito, mayroon pa mga lines dito sa baba. So in other words, somehow their mind is wired that way. And so they're able to pick it up as well too. So in other words, bilang magulang, as you can see it and witness it yourself, no? That's why it's not wrong for them to be going online. What is more important if they are using it in the proper way or not, no? At kagaya sa'yo, merong ebidensya that she is performing well. So if she is performing well in school, para sa akin, if it ain't broken, why change it? If she's doing okay with that kind of setup, then it's perfectly fine. It's just kung hindi na sila marunong magbalanse, that is really the time that we really have to step in and tell them it's already affecting your schooling.
Right. And we want to make it clear, Ma'am Doc Joyce, no? So, ano ko, Ma'am and Doc, kasi nga teacher nga kita. Pero gusto ko lang maging klaro na hindi ito formula for you to become a dean's lister, ha? kwento ko lang sa inyo yung experience ko. Baka mamaya may manonood sa atin, ay, makikinig na ako ng music habang nag-aaral ako para maging listener ko. Hindi ganun yun, no? But ito gusto ko lang malaman, Doc Joyce, no? Gen Z tapos yung Generation Alpha, yung Generation Alpha as you have defined it, these are the below 12 if I'm not mistaken, ano? Ano po ba ang gusto ko malaman ano yung similarities and difference ng Gen Z sa Generation Alpha? Meron ba, malaki ba?
Hindi na masyado malaki. And then there are not so many research that came out just yet. Kasi mga bata pa kasi ito mga 12 years old pa. Probably in a year or two, there will be more that will come out already in the research because they are also greatly affected by the pandemic and the online studies. But for now, ang differences nila ay hindi pa masyado malalaki.
But would you say, I'm very happy and I'm glad that you mentioned about the pandemic, no? Because that's one of my curiosity as well. So like sa Gen Z at sa Alpha, gaano kalaki yung effect ng pandemic na ito compared sa atin, ano? How yung coping mechanism nila, paano ba yun?
I would think malaki ang impact sa kanila, no? Number one, their social skills have already been impacted. The 2 years of not being able to socially go out, being socially able to play, no? Ito ay malaking bagay na talaga. Especially for the younger children, as we all know, when they are growing up, no? They are children and children are meant to go out and play, rough play. Paano kung bahay mo kondo lang? Paano kung yung bahay mo maliit lang? Hindi ka pa makalabas maglaro, hindi ka pa makakapaglaro at takbo sa bahay. So talagang it's going to affect your growing up years. So by that alone, it's already a very big impact, no? So I would think, no, ngayong mga kabataan, they are already very introverted, no? I'm just imagining, would it cause them to be more introverted because they are not socializing that much? That's one thing. But I would also look at it on the other side. I would like to believe that this generation mas teki pa sila kaysa sa previous generation nila. Because as young as they are already able to maneuver, to look at the Zoom, online. And I even know of one Sunday school student of ours, no? Because paano tayo mag-class reporting? Then usually the class reporting is being done on videos, right? Gagawa ka ng short clip, i-edit mo, mag-paste dito, no? So they're very good at editing right now. So I can see that in that technology or in that aspect, magagaling na sila. Siguro next time itong mga media people natin ay talagang will level up to a very good quality and good performance dahil kasanayan na nila. Imagine as young as they are already into those kind of things. So yes, there will definitely be great impacts. There will be positive ones. There will be negative ones. And I hope after the pandemic, we will be able to balance things off naman.
Alam mo, maganda yung nabanggit mong yan, ano? Kasi nga, during the pandemic, dito mo makikita yung mga Gen Z and Generation Alpha, as you mentioned, they are really online. Alam mo, Doc Joyce, yung demand nila for faster internet, ang taas. No? Sa atin, kung konting gapang, parang okay lang, pero sa kanila, hindi pwede yun. Kailangan talaga mabilis. That brings me to my question na, how are the Gen Zs and the Generation Alphas affecting our society, particularly businesses? No? Kasi sabi mo nga kanina, karamihan sila 'di ba? So paano ba naaapektuhan yung iba't ibang sektor ng society because of these generations?
Okay. I would like to say that no matter how good they are, or in each generation, meron naman talagang their strengths, no? And in each generation, meron din silang mga weaknesses, no? And so, one of the weaknesses naman ang nakikita talaga natin, and definitely it will affect wherever they go, is that they have a shorter attention span, no? Because hindi natin ma-deny that because their computer had to keep on changing, and then dapat lively here, lively dito. So anything that is boring, mawawala na talaga yung attention span nila. So since they're playing with 2 to 5 moving screens at a time, they are unable to sit still for more than 6 to 8 seconds.
Mm.
In fact, nakakatawa. Meron isang research, no, Jerry, sabi nila, in the year 2000 daw, ang humans, no, have an attention span of 12 seconds. And then, ngayon daw mga kabataan, they have an attention span of 6 to 8 seconds. And the funny thing is that a goldfish has an attention span of 9 seconds. In other words, mabuti pa itong goldfish na ito ay makakapag-attention span sila ng 9 seconds compared sa mga kabataan ngayon na 8 seconds lang. So that's one thing that will definitely affect their work, attention span. Another thing is that it will also affect their ano tawag nito, leadership. There will be deficiency in leadership. Bakit nila sinasabi na there will be a deficiency in leadership? It's because they rely so much more and more on technology to stay connected. In other words, they have lesser face-to-face interaction with people. At alam naman natin, as a leader, you need to be rounded in all your activities. You need to cultivate the relationship, paano makipag-usap and all those things, no? Due to communication, magkaroon din doon ng communication breakdown or project breakdown. So that is something that parents have to be aware, Gen Zs have to be aware that they have this deficiency at kailangan nila punuin sa ibang bagay naman, no? And also, another thing is that there will be a lack of communication skills as well, no? Marami na kasing emojis or marami ng ibang mga bagay-bagay na dinadaan na lang sa short form. Sabi nga nila, di ba, at one point in time, mga jejemons natin hindi na marunong mag-spell correctly. Buti na lang, meron tayong mga auto-spell or predictive spelling. But they will definitely have a lack of communication because they did not practice conversations face-to-face and it's usually done virtually. Hindi naman natin nilalahat, no? At hindi naman natin sinasabi na it's not possible to have a good communication skill because it is still a skill at pwede nilang matutunan. But that is definitely one of the weaknesses that they have. And would you believe it, Jerry? One of the things din, according to research, is that they lack creativity. On one hand, creative naman sila, di ba? With all the gadgets and everything. But on the other hand, they also lack creativity. The lack of it is because of the constant presence of a well-designed moving screen that leaves little room for imagination. So they need to get the imagination part from somewhere else naman. Because it's really very entertaining to have this this Zoom and this moving things around, no? In fact, tinuruan din tayo bilang teacher or bilang presenter, no? That we need to keep moving our screen din, no? In other words, hindi rin pwede masyadong stagnant, no? So that is also something that we need to adapt with them as well too. And definitely, they get easily bored, no? And another one is inactivity. Lalo silang matataba, pero definitely conscious naman sila, pero wala masyadong movement sa katawan nila, no? So hopefully, these are some of the things that we will also keep in mind ourselves, keep in mind for the Gen Z, and hopefully that will not affect them so much in the workforce when they go out and work.
Alam mo, na-observe ko rin yan, Doc Joyce, again, sa anak ko, no? There was one time we went out, may binili kami, tapos binigyan ko siya ng pera, tapos pagbalik niya, binigay sa yung sukli. Tapos tinanong ko siya, magkano binili mo? Sabi niya, parang ito, sinabi niya, let's say sabihin natin, 48. Tapos binigyan ko siya ng 100. So magkano sukli mo? Sabi niya, kinuha niya yung calculator. Nag-subtract. Sabi ko, di mo man lang binilang doon in everything, hindi ka hindi ka nag-compute in everything. Alam mo, sagot niya sa akin, why do I need to compute when I have my calculator? So ang katwiran niya sa akin noon is, I don't need to know the procedure. Of course, she knows how to subtract, no? Pero ang sinasabi niya, I arrive with the same result. No? And this is much easier, hindi ba? Yun yung sinasabi mo na parang, okay, nagagawa mo nga ito, pero parang may nagkukulang somewhere, eh. Hindi ba? So tama, I agree totally with what you're saying, no? Tapos yung sinasabi mo nga kanina, Doc Joyce, na yun nga, yung mga characteristics na binigay mo. Actually, this is a challenge, no, to companies because these are the clients. These are the clientele that they're going to serve, di ba? So, napaka-importante yung mga binigay mong mga characteristics ng Gen Zs and Alphas kasi they have to know their clients. They are serving them. So, imagine, meron kang client na ang attention span is 7 to 8 seconds. Di ibig sabihin, pag gumagawa ka, for example, ng advertisement, you have to be able to capture their attention within that 7 to 8 seconds. If not, wala
na.
Yes. Wala na. Kaya alam mo, mapapansin mo, Doc Joyce, yung mga ads sa YouTube, sa Facebook, sa maiiksi.
Tama.
Diba?
Oo. Yung mga YouTube, no? Kumbaga, ang TED Talk mahaba na kasi 18 minutes siya. No?
Oo. Kasi
Correct.
naalala mo nung nanonood tayo ng TV, 'di ba? Ang commercials, Doc Joyce, is 15 to 30 seconds. Ngayon, 5 seconds tapos na 'yan, no? Or binibigyan ka ng option to opt out. Hindi mo panonoorin lahat. After 5 seconds, you can skip the ad kasi nga alam nila mabobore na yung viewers nila. So they would rather you skip the ad than you skip the entire program. Kasi pag nabore ka, ayoko na, puro ads. Sarado na.
Tama. Oo.
Talagang napaka-challenging, no, Doc Joyce, no? Ito,
Yes.
because of the changes na nabanggit mo, I'm just wondering, no, how is it affecting the family structure now? No? Pag ganyan yung edad ng mga anak natin at gaya nga ng sinasabi ko, yung sa akin, iba yung, alam mo yung nakasanayan natin, nakagisnan natin, iba. Tapos yung mga anak natin, ganito. So, paano nagbabago yung entire structure ng family, Doc Joyce?
Okay. Talagang maa-affected tayong lahat, no? Actually, I like, I forgot what book I have read it. Sabi niya, we have to go with the changes. In fact, if we do not go with the changes, we would be left behind. Dahil hindi naman tayo aantayin ng transformation, aantayin ng evolution ng technology, no? So sabi niya, we need to go by or we need to move with them. Even though hindi tayo makapagsabayan sa kanila, but at least we have to learn something, no? Imagine if we don't learn something, hindi na tayo makapagbayad sa GCash, hindi na tayo makapag-receive ng payment sa GCash, di ba? Or PayMaya, right? Mula pa naman tayo, hindi naman tayo binayad ng Globe, no? So what I'm trying to say is that we have to understand that there is a benefit if we join them. Ignoring it will definitely leave us behind. So the book says, no, the one that I read is that there is such a thing as what we call societal transformation. So, what do we mean by societal transformation? Nag-e-evolve eh. So kung hindi ka sasabay sa kanila, maiiwan ka. It's the same thing as airplane. There is also an evolution of flight. Nagsimula ba tayo sa jumbo jet, ganito? Hindi. It started with what we call this gliding. Pagkatapos nagkaroon tayo ng hot air balloon. Pagkatapos nagkakaroon tayo ng eroplano. So in other words, nag-e-evolve talaga. So what the scholars are saying, we also have to evolve with it and follow suit. If not, maiiwanan tayo. So again, I said, di ba? The young people now, they don't go online. They live online. So it is affecting the parents as well. Pero I would like to say that parents, no, huwag tayo magpanic, no? What we can do is to ask good questions to them when it comes to family dynamics. Because hindi mo talaga maiiwasan na manunood sila ng mga ganong klaseng mga shows or ganong mga apps na pupuntahan nila. So what is best is that you need to ask, kagaya ng, what is it you want to achieve? Bakit meron kang whisper? What is it you want to achieve sa Instagram na ito? No? You wanted to hear them out. Kung ano pa ang purpose nila. Malay mo, ang purpose nila, oh, because I want to sell this. Oh, because gusto ko ito bebenta. What? Then you would know. Oh, because magchichismis lang ako. Oh, then you would know, right? So, you ask, what is it you want to achieve? Pwede mo rin tanungin. So, meron kang Instagram. What is it you want to post? Huwag mo sabihin, huwag ka mag-post ng ganito, ng ganito, ng ganito. Tanungin mo muna. Ano bang gusto mo i-post? So, sasabihin niya, ay, ipopost ko, yung nagagalit ako. That's the time you say, ay, baka hindi siguro yung tama. So try to hear them out. What is it you want to post? Do you know ba what are the things that you should not post? Or how much time ba should you spend on social media each day? Ito ang pinaka number one question na palagi ko matatanggap no sa pagdating sa parenting seminar. Ilang oras pa dapat kailangan ng bata para manood ng social media, no? Okay, so it all depends. Mag-compromise kayo. Kung ang anak mo intelihente, madali lang makuha ang lesson, he doesn't have to study a lot, he has more time on social media. Meron namang bata na kailangan mag-study ng mas mahabang oras, then wala siyang pribilehiyo para manood ng mga social media for longer of time. So you discuss about it. Kasi kung hindi kayo mag-discuss at sasabihin mo na lang na I declare na 1 hour lang, na kung mag-away kayo, may gera yan sa bahay, no? And not only that, maging pasaway ang anak mo. She or he will hide it from you, but will still do it. So might as well openly discuss about it, no? Pwede mo rin siya tanungin, alam mo ba ano ang mga online etiquette? Alam mo ba ano mga online etiquette? O, huwag magmura, huwag mag-curse, huwag maggawa ng false chismis, okay? Huwag mag-transmit ng mga bad videos, no? So there are some online etiquette. I give seminars on that too, okay? And what should you do when you encounter bullies or predators, no? Kasi marami diyan mga nagpapanggap na bata pa sila pero yun pala mga matatanda na sila. So there are bad people online, scammers online.
Yan.
So our kids needs to be aware and to know how to protect themselves as well.
So kailangan pa rin yung guidance ng parents, no? Pero yun nga, for us to be able to guide them, we should also be updated. We should to be educated also pagdating sa technology, hindi ba? Importante yun. Kailangan, alam mo, Doc Joyce, meron akong aaminin sa'yo ha. Huwag mo lang sasabihin na ikaw lang tsaka yung nanonood sa atin na nakakaalam ha. sumali na ako sa TikTok. Oh, di ba? May TikTok na ang good vibes.
Jerry, may chismis din ako. Tayo lang dalawa, ha? Nagtanong nga ako sa anak ko, pwede ba ako mag-TikTok? Pinagtawanan ako. Pero I think I would love to learn about that. So sige, maging good learners tayong dalawa, Jer.
Right. And you know, Doc Joyce, kung ano yung common denominator natin dito sa sikreto natin, hindi tayo natakot magtanong sa ating mga anak. No? Kasi yung di ba? Ako, parent, anak yan. Ba't ako magtatanong? Alam mo, in this generation, open communication is key. Di ba, Doc Joyce? So there's no harm asking. Kasi nakikita ko yung mga anak ko, may TikTok eh. Sabi ko, ano ba yan? Nanonood ako. Pero sabi ko, paano ba nag-create ng mga ganyan? So tinuruan nila ako. They taught me how to create yung account. No? Tapos they taught me how to create my first video. Tapos yung mga filters and everything. Sabi ko, uy, okay to. Ito nga lang, Doc Joyce, ha? Warning. Addictive siya.
Ngayon, maiintindihan mo na ang mga kabataan. Kaya mahirap mag-control sa sarili.
Totoo. Kung ano-ano nakikita mo, halo-halo siya. No? Pero ito, Doc Joyce, no, gusto ko lang malaman, bago tayo pumunta sa ating mga questions no, from our viewers, factor ba, Doc Joyce, yung age difference ng parent saka dito sa mga Generation Alpha saka yung Gen Z? Meaning to say, like for example, in our case, Gen X tayo, di ba? So medyo mas malapit tayo sa mga Gen Zs and Generation Alpha. Paano kung let's say yung parents nasa baby boomers na? May difference ba, Doc Joyce, in as far as dealing with the Gen Zs and the Generation Alphas?
I would like to believe that there is definitely a difference. But I would also like to believe that if all of us will practice open communication, allowing the children to feel safe and secure whenever they come to us, then there will be no gap in between. Kung meron mang gap in between you and your children, we need to bridge the gap. Sino magbe-bridge ng gap? It would not be your children. Most likely, it will be us parents. Bakit tayo parents? Because we are the more mature one. A lot of times, we expect na ang mga anak natin ang mag-bridge the gap. It's going to be harder because they are not that mature yet. So tayo bilang mature adults, we try to bridge the gap as well.
Okay. Sige, ito, bago tayo pumunta sa ating mga questions, again, of course, we have to promote, no? Our yung mga social media assets natin, Doc Joyce. So unahin na natin sa Good Vibes, no? Sa Facebook, you can like, you can follow us, you can subscribe to facebook.com/godtoday. Tapos sa instagram.com/godtodayph. At gaya ng nasabi ko nga, meron na tayong TikTok, no? tiktok.com/godtodayph. At of course, if you have any questions or suggestions sa mga topics, no, you can email us at godtodayph@gmail.com. At syempre sa iyo, Ma'am Joyce, go ahead.
All right. I hope that you can like my page at facebook.com, Joyce Piap Go, or what we call Dr. Joyce Piap Go for my counseling, for your counseling needs. And then you can also buy my books or look at my books at the B book series, no? It's also in Facebook as well too. So for any partnerships for talks and counseling needs, no, you can just give me a buzz and we will reply you as well too.
Yes, magaganda yung mga librong niya. 11 ba? Tama ba, Doc Joyce? Yung
11, and hopefully by this year, Be Responsible will be coming out.
Wow.
And you can also get my book, Companioning, Walking with Your Loved Ones Through Their Anxiety. Ayan, sa Shopee or sa Lazada. This one is published by OMF Literature.
Yun. So ano yan? Available sa bookstores din, meron yan, di ba, Doc
Yes.
Joyce? Okay. Good. Okay, tayo dumako na, Doc Joyce, sa ating mga katanungan, and ito ang una nating tanong, no? Ang pagbabago ba ng mga anak natin ngayon ay dala ba ng panahon o dahil sa technology like social media?